Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel once again. If it's the first time here, my name is Gigo, and today we are all the way at Kumasi, where we are helping one of our clients with the decking works, right? So you know how we do it here when it comes to decking. We have a team who is FO, and then Ni is our steel bender, and today that will be the focus for today's video. So like I said, again, we are in Kumasi. This means we work across board, right, all over the country. If you go to my playlist, some of the projects there, you will know the locations that we've been working at. So if you like what you see, you also have your decking works, and you are looking for a team that can work together, with less stress and less talking and less explanation of everything. You can call me or you can call Efo. If you go to my playlist, you see Efo's number there. If you go to his playlist called Efo Carpenter, you see his works. I always recommend that you watch his videos to see how this guy works, so that when you are working with him, if there's anything you don't like or you want to change, right, if you see anything that is questionable, there's always room for you to let him know that, okay, you want this thing different, you want this, because we all have different ways of doing things, and most of these projects, these are designs from individual people, right, with different background, different mindset. So sometimes you want it a little bit different, but when you watch some of our videos, you can see some of these things, and then you can apply it to your own style, right? So let's focus on knee. Someone will ask, why are we not putting the black polythene right here? And that's because most of this work, for now, we are working on the beams, right? And when we are working on the beams, we don't have to apply the plastic yet, because the guys works a lot. And as you can see, they put some of their tools down, and the main purpose for the plastic is to protect the wood. That's one thing, the plywood. Second is to, it gives a smooth surface underneath the concrete casting. So if you're on the ground floor, you see a smooth surface. If you have holes in this plastic during the process, that means that the concrete casting is going to leak, through the plastic, and then you'll be having some dot underneath. It's not going to give it the smooth surface, and also it may go in a long way to destroy the wood. So we only apply the plastic when it's time for laying the top bars and then the down bars, and that's what you see, because now they are not directly working on the plastic. They are working on the top bars and then the down bars, which serves as a support, right? So this is the work so far. Later we have to go to that side also and get it completed. You will see later in today's video. So if you like what you see, and once again, if you're at your decking stage, you're looking for a steel bender for your work, I always say it here on the channel that you can always work with my artisans individually. If you go to my playlist, you see a whole lot of them. When it comes to construction, choose the one you need, and then you also deal with him directly, right? Most of them can read the drawing, they understand construction, and you can watch their videos before you start working with them, just to confirm and know that they actually know what they are doing, right? And they also work across the country. So wherever your project is, when you give them a call, they will arrange with you. Sometimes they will need support with transportation or maybe accommodation where they will sleep to work. That's very important, right? So this is going to be the next stage. They are done with the first half of the project. So this is going to be the other half of the project. I actually don't deal with clients, so I have no idea what the project is, but from the look from here, I think it's going to be an apartment, right? So I think this is the first, maybe the right wing and then the left wing of the apartment. I believe with what I'm seeing. So we will keep you updated. I mean, it's the same thing done here, which is going to be done also here. I mean, this is how we started, first with the beams, and then yeah, and then we're gonna, the lintel beams are the one that goes into the holes. I mean, they demarcate where the windows are and doors are. And then we have the hidden beams. They are the thick ones which are laying on top of the board, right? Those are the hidden beams. They serve as support where if you don't need pillar, so the beam you see straight ahead is the hidden beams. That tells you that maybe the owner doesn't want a supporting pillar in the house, then we come up with that support, which is the hidden beam, so that you don't have pillars in your room. And also it serves as a sound absorption, right? So that when you are in your room, you don't hear, sounds at the top. When you're on the ground floor, you don't hear sounds at the top. When something falls, you don't hear. When someone is walking, you don't hear footsteps. That's the function of the hidden beams, right? So this is also a staircase design, and just want to show you. I mean, it looks a bit steep, but I believe the guys have done their calculation. And I mean, this is why sometimes we need our engineer to come on site to actually, do this calculation, right? Look at where they've put a staircase. I mean, yeah, but this is not a Kumasi project. I mean, this is in Accra. I believe this is a different project in Accra. Yes, and so this is why, I always do say in my videos that sometimes when the guys, when they come and they see something, right, they always have to bring Brother Sami on board to guide them to be able to get, some of this calculation right. Laying blocks is not just about, putting blocks on top of each other. Sometimes if you don't get the angle right, the length right, it may affect your staircase, how you climb your staircase and how you descend. All of these things, I mean, counts. Some of these mistakes also comes from the architects. It's not the fault of the builders. They are working with the plan, and what they see is what they put up, right? And sometimes the calculation from the architect, I mean, you will not see it on the paper, right? It looks okay on the paper, but then in real life, when you start putting up the blocks, it doesn't make sense because of the narrow space, which I mean, you just saw, right? But you will not see this in the architectural drawing that it is a small space, But after you've put up your block work, you realize that it is a small space. And if you go back to look, you will realize that it starts in front of an entrance door. So let's say if we should extend it to get it the right steps, right slope, meaning we have to block the entrance. The entrance has to go somewhere else. And I mean, I believe that there is no room for that, right? So that's why I always, tell my guys, before you go to someone's project, make sure that Brother Sami is there to see some of these things and advise, right? So you can see here the work is also done. I mean, it's the same process, so that's why I just skip this part. But the reason why I'm showing you this video again is the staircase design. If you want this kind of staircase or you have it, you need a carpenter who can help you with it. You need a steel bender who knows how to go about these things. I mean, we've done it here several times here on the channel. So you can get in touch with the team and then they will come through for you and get your work done, right? So then I think this brings us to the end of today's episode. I really do appreciate your time spent here on the channel. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in my next episode. Like it. Do we?